he will be remembered as a prominent statesperson. He had a political career spanning 5 decades, during which he served as the finance minister several times. Uh, uh, he was awarded the highest civilian order award last year by Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, who called him an outstanding statesman of our times. Uh, so uh, most politicians in India are remembering him. He died at the age of 84, and most of his professional life he spent as a politician in India with the opposition party, the major opposition party right now, the Indian National Congress.
And it appears as if he may have been a casualty of COVID-19. As you pointed out, he was 84, but the numbers are terribly high. The biggest single day of any country was recorded on Sunday, over 79,000. Why are the numbers so bad?
So Mukherjee had been hospitalized because of a blood clot in his brain, and after the surgery, after the procedure, he tested positive for COVID-19, but the reason for his death is said to be a lung infection, a sepsis caused by a lung infection. As far as the COVID-19 cases in India go, well, in August, we reported 2 million cases, which is a global record for the number of cases. The number of deaths also surged in August. It was a 50% jump over July. Why the number of cases are increasing mainly is because the economy has been opened. We were under lockdown in the months of towards the end of March, and then in the months of April and most of May. But that took a big hit to our economy, which is why most businesses have been reopened. And once that happens, people start coming back to work, and that sort of, the physical distancing, maintaining physical distancing then becomes harder, which is one of the primary reasons why the number of cases is going up.
How are people responding? Are they angry with the way the government is handling it? I mean, as you pointed out, there was this very tough lockdown, yet it hasn't really had any benefit in terms of trying to suppress this virus.
Well, there is a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of agitation. A lot of it also stems from the fact that despite reopening the economy, things are not looking very good on the business side. There have been estimates that say there have been 4.1 million youths who've lost job in India because of COVID-19. Just yesterday, we had our GDP numbers, growth numbers come in, which show that in April, June, there was a negative 24%, the worst contraction in recorded history. So a lot of angst stems from all of these things because there's a straight ramification on family incomes. As far as the number of cases rising goes, India is a very densely populated country. You have a lot of people who live in sort of arrangements where they share common infrastructure, like bathrooms, or some people who live together and watch television together, etc. So in those circumstances, it is really difficult to maintain social distancing. So the number of cases going up is not, of course, the numbers are shocking, but it is something that one would anticipate in a country like India. But the frustration stems from the fact that the government is really not doing enough to help people, to make the healthcare system stronger, or to offer better amenities to the people who have been affected and their families.
And are people deciding to try and isolate themselves? Or are they trying to sort of live in little bubbles and in fact not go back out and spend money and get involved in the economy again?
That's exactly what's happening right now. So the government mandated lockdowns have mostly lifted. They only are there in certain red zones or pockets which have higher number of COVID cases. But in general, most things are allowed. But from what we see, people are not really stepping out. Markets are still mostly deserted. People are not going to the malls. People are sort of self-isolating, trying to stay indoors, and online deliveries have really caught up. People are ordering from their basics, like groceries and daily dairy, etc., to other lifestyle products, etc. Everything is being ordered online. People are trying to stay away from exposure. Almost nobody is traveling, which is why the tourism industry in the country is having a really hard time. But there is frustration towards the government, but also, at least in urban areas, we see that people are trying to do whatever they can in their capacity to ensure that they stay safe and their families and their folks.
Itika, appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.